Can EIDL grant recipients decline a loan offer to avoid a second Experian credit check poll? That's the bombshell today for Tuesday, May 12th. This is LALATE. Thanks for tuning in. As always, like and subscribe to this channel and drop your comments below. And we may feature your comments in tomorrow's video. We have a lot of questions, and we're going to get right to it. So here's the shocking news, and it came up in someone's comment, and here we have the answer for you. If you got an EIDL grant, which is you do not have to return, can you decline the EIDL loan offer when it comes so that you do not have a second Experian credit check poll? Answer yes. This is what's going to happen. Basically, 2 to 3 weeks after you receive your EIDL grant, if you do receive it, you will get an email from SBA inviting you to go to a portal to sign up to see what type of loan you're going to receive. Now, if you click on that link and go through the portal and sign up for a username and password, it will then show you a loan amount range, $1 to whatever. It's at that point when you go through the series of questions the application requires you to do, choose the number of the loan amount you want, and press submit. It's at that point only, that a second Experian credit check is going to be done. A first Experian check was done right before your EIDL grant was paid. But this event that I'm just describing to you will trigger a second Experian credit check to people. If you do not want an EIDL loan, don't click on the email. Don't go in the portal. And if you don't, a second Experian credit check will not be pulled. There you go. So let's get right to your questions. Wicked Willows. I'm an agricultural and wasn't able to apply the first go-around because of agricultural businesses weren't allowed to apply. I got a notification of the loan and actually talked to my loan officer yesterday. By the way, I was only approved for a $1,000 loan and no grant. So interesting. We've had a lot. I mean, maybe about a half a dozen agricultural people that applied for the EIDL agricultural loan grant last week. Not this money, but the money before that. And half of them got the loan and the grant. Some of them got only the loan. Really quite fascinating. Elizabeth, so I applied for an EIDL grant back on April 2nd. I got an email from SBA on May 2nd telling me they're processing my application, will let me know of any changes. As of today, no communication, direct deposit. Can you fill me in on what is being made of this? So, Elizabeth, if you are, so the email you got on May 2nd saying they're working on stuff, that's much of a nothing email. That is an email that some people got, some people didn't. It doesn't mean anything. What you should have received by now is a portal invite. The guidelines we have been reporting is 2 to 3 weeks after you receive your EIDL grant, you should be receiving this portal invite from SBA. Since it's been more than 2 to 3 weeks, you should call SBA if you really want that loan. And as we've also reported, and here's another bombshell, when you get that representative on the phone, they generally can see in your username, in your EIN or your social security number, if you've been declined for the loan before you even start the process. So they may actually be able to tell you the bad news, if there is any, before you even start the process. Alvaro Rivera. Elliot, thank you for the great work and information. Well, thank you, Alvaro, for watching. I applied for my LLC with no payroll employees on April 4th on Harris County, Houston, Texas. No, not an advance or loan offer yet. That's not good. I called twice. They asked me if I received an email on May 2nd. They transferred me to Tier 2. The woman said my application not been denied or reviewed. If you're seeing a loan offer via email, the advance will be included in the loan. That's how they do things now. Just wait for the notification. You know, that's just not fair, and that's not the way it should be. And I don't really believe I don't believe that's accurate what the woman's saying there. You're entitled to a grant. We did a loan video today as well. You're entitled to the grant, and you know the loan is calculated based upon the grant. It's part of the calculation. If you get a loan offer and you don't get a grant, call SBA and then drop in the comments what their reaction was. I tried to send an email, but I was replied to with an automatic email directing me to the EIDL portal if I wanted to apply. It looks like the portal's open for everyone now. Thanks. No, it's not. The portal is not open. It's only invite. The portal invite you will get is specialized to you, includes your loan amount. Angular, 907 Angular. I applied on April 6th, haven't received anything but an email saying they're processing on May 2nd. I'm a sole proprietor from Alaska. Too long to wait, Angular. Call SBA, ask for Tier 2, tell them the date. Tell them the following information. Anyone else who's watching this video, take a pen and paper and get this ready. Ask if it's been more than 4 weeks and you've not received your EIDL grant. Call SBA, ask for a Tier 2 representative. Say it's been more than 4 weeks. Know the day at which you applied. Know your confirmation number. Know your Social Security number if you applied with one. Know if you applied with an EIN. Watch our video to determine from early. I think it was about 5 days ago that talked about inconsistencies. If you reported used the wrong bank account or used the wrong Social Security number or used anything incorrect, have that ready to tell the person, because there may be something incorrect in your application. If you don't like the answer you get from SBA, from that representative, call back and have another person help you. Julius Caesar. Well, hello, Julius Caesar. I applied May 8th and received an email from SBA May 11th, said that my application had not been considered, and at this time they only accept applications from agricultural businesses. That's true. It is closed to anyone but agricultural. Papa KLK. I applied early March, then a month later, checked my credit, and I'm weighing nothing. Never got an email or anything. I totally forgot about the SBA. Today I got an email about to create an account, and I'm more confused what this email is. Why I never got the grant. Can I still get the grant? Okay, so Papa Kill, I don't understand this early March. There was no EIDL grant available in early March. If you think it's early April, that's good. Now, if you got an email today to go into a portal, go into the portal, and that is a portal to set up an EIDL loan. If you receive this invite but have never received an EIDL grant, call SBA and say, hey, where is my EIDL grant? Tracy, Tier 2 says, no point to calling back, just wait for an email. Ugh. That's what that representative says. Call back and speak to another Tier 2 representative. Curtis Gazin says, applied twice. Last week was April 4th. Credit check on the 22nd. Haven't received a grant. Called SBA Tier 2. They said they can't see my application system. Call back in 10 days. Not really understand this if my credit was pulled. I would not have waited 10 days. I would have waited 10 seconds and called back and spoken to another person. They can see it. Troy, great videos. Well, thank you, Troy. Thanks for watching. Best on YouTube on topic. Well, thank you. For people having major SBA issues, maybe try Office or National Ombudsman. Oh, great point. I'm not really sure what they do, but I did open a case. We'll see. Okay, well, keep us up to date, Troy. Robert, May 31st. Okay, here we got that vortex, that Bermuda Triangle of May 30th, May 31st, where people applying got nothing. There have been comments from people who did get stuff, but a lot have not. May 31st, still nothing. No money, no loan. Keep getting crappy stories. No one's working on it. Call SBA, ask for Tier 2. D. Ross was told they're denying everyone under 680 Experian scores. Not true for EIDL grant. Amy applied the evening of April 1st, called SBA on the April 6th, called April 30th, asking about my advanced, received a generic email, called again. May 9th, I called again, was super pushy, went to Tier 2, and then tried to someone else. That person read back information in the application. We discovered a punctuation error. Long story, a misplaced comma may have cost me the grant. Definitely not intent of the CARES Act. That's horrible, Amy. So Amy's saying there was basically a comma error on her application, and that's what denied her a grant. Horrible. Lewis, I applied March 30th and got my grant. Nothing else about a loan. I have a low credit score in the last couple of months, but have a good credit history going back 24 years. Always been told of. So Lewis, don't worry about that. If you're looking for the loan, wait 2 to 3 weeks after you receive your grant. You should receive that portal invite. If you don't, call SBA. And when you get that grant, when you get that loan offer, watch our loan stories that explain how they work. Wayne Montgomery, do you have proof that any agricultural business are being treated differently? Yes, absolutely. A lot of all the agricultural viewers of this channel have gotten their grant and or loan money within, if they applied on Monday, got it by Wednesday. Many have gotten grant and loans, and some have just only gotten loans. Absolutely, they're being treated differently. And in fact, some of them has called SBA and been told that SBA is processing agricultural with expediency now. Nancy, keep watching you, and I agree with Ricardo on point. You're doing an amazing job. Thank you as always. Well, thank you, Nancy. Thanks for tuning in. Please, thank you for responding to a previous question I had. So I decided to keep my PUA today, and I got an email from my bank, but that PPP was approved. I sent documents to sign. Now if I don't sign those documents, do I take it back, or do I call the bank to tell them I don't want it anymore? Help, please. Okay, this is not a PPP story, but I'm happy to answer you. So we've said not to take PPP. So if you don't want PPP, just don't. If you have not signed a PPP DocuSign, document to receive your PPP, then you're fine. The way that PPP is finalized is you finalize a document that is basically say, I wish to be funded for my PPP loan. If you don't accept it, then it goes nowhere. And we've said not to accept PPP. That has been our recommendation. Macario Cantu filed March 30th, nothing. Okay, the March 30th vortex. America's most experienced Eugene Max Braxton. You have a great show. You're smart and nice. Have a good on-air presence. Well, thank you, Eugene. Thank you for your kind comment. Brian, you mentioned applying on March 30th or March 31st. Actually, I applied on the 29th. I've not received a grant loan. I spoke to SBA. She said my credit was checked, and she shows my application is fine. She wrote a note marked high priority. She finished up by saying I don't see anything by Friday the 15th. The callback, we see, fingers crossed. Okay, so here's someone who is in the vortex, that Bermuda Triangle, March 30th or March 31st. He got a tier 2 person. She put an escalation on his file, and they've been told to look at it by May 15th, and he's going to update us. So please update us. Richie, love your updates. Well, thank you for commenting. Applied April 3rd. Credit was checked, was 2 times. April 28th, no grant. Told it was going to leave a note for the loan officer. Still no update. Has anyone had same problems on receiving the grant or loan? Yes. It's just awful. These April 3rd, April 4th, it's these days. I'm saying April 4th almost every single day of this channel. April 3rd, April 4th, March 30th, March 31st. It's horrible. I don't know what's going on those days. Ricardo Hall, great videos, very informative as always. LALATE for the people. Well, thank you, Ricardo. Thank you so much. Very kind. Shanaha spoke to SBA this morning. They told me the application is in underwriting. What does that mean? I don't know. I don't know what that means. Grants are done by automation, so I think that's just a crappy answer. It's a crappy statement by her. Logan, want to be friends? Certainly. Walker. Applied 330, heard nothing. Okay, here goes another 330. Spoke to tier 2. We investigating. Yes, it was an issue with my account number. My credit union had account number. Okay, so he found out that there was an error with his application. He watched our video, found out there was an error with an accounting number, if I understand this correctly. Thanks for all the good, solid info. Keep up the good work. Well, thank you, Walker. So the good news was he was a 330 person, but there was an account number error. Paul Ryan, thank you for Paul Wine attaches a copy of the email he receives. This is a response that I received from the SBA after emailing them about my application for March 30th. Horrible. Another problem from March 30th problem. Karina, LALATE, right now you have the attention of so many business owners. Would love to see videos on business. Have to be more efficient in business processes. Target marketing. How to close on time between services rendered and getting paid. Perhaps review credit card processing companies and let us know the pros and cons of each. Great advice, Karina, for this channel. If you also have comments on where you think this channel should go, whether you're a small business owner, a sole proprietor, just a stay-at-home mom, or just love being informed about how making more money, drop your comments below and we may feature them in tomorrow's video. As always, stay with LA for more.